Hey, this is Chapter 2 Fair Game Review, or Journal page 23 and 24. It's back to back. Should be quick because this is stuff we should already know. Writing the decimal as a fraction. Well, we've been saying these numbers correctly in class. Oh, by the way, this does not say in simplest form, so we're not going to put these in simplest form, although lots of the time this year you will have to. So this is, we say this number is 0 and 26 hundredths, or we could just say 26 hundredths, which we would write 26 over 100, because that's what we're saying, 26 hundredths. This, number 2, we don't say 0.79 anymore, we say 79 hundredths, and we write that 79 100ths. Now sometimes I'll tell students, another way you can do this is write this number as if there were no decimal. Just write the number. I'm not going to write 0571. I'll just write the 5, 7, and 1. Put that on top of the fraction bar. And then write a 1 under here with a 0 for each place behind the decimal. So there are 3 places behind the decimal, so 3 zeros. Or you could just know we say this 571 thousandths. So that's what we write. Number 4, same way, this is 846 thousandths. Now these two actually can't be simplified. If you really wanted to simplify these, we could divide top and bottom by 2 here and get 13 over 50. We could divide top and bottom by 2 here and we would get 423 over 500. For those of you that like to simplify. Write the fraction as a decimal. Well, we can start to know some of these. I'm sure you know that 1/2 is 0.5. You probably even know that 1/4 is 0.25 and 3/4 is 0.75. We should start to memorize the eighths, the thirds, and the sixths. No, the thirds, 1/3 and 2/3. So this is 3/8. I just know that 3/8 is 0.375 or 375 thousandths. But if you don't know that, then you would just do top divided by bottom, or numerator divided by denominator. Top in the box, so 3 divided by 8. We'll put a decimal here, a decimal up in our answer, annex a few zeros. 8 goes into 3, nope, but 8 goes into 30 3 times, which is 24. Subtract, bring down. 8 goes into 60 7 times, which is 56. Subtract, bring down. 8 goes into 45 times, which is 40. So we're done. 0.375. 0.375. Number 6. 4/10 is 4/10. We've been saying that the right way, so we know how to write that. When we have a 10 or 100 on the bottom, it does make it nice and easy to put it into decimal form. 11 over 16. Again, top divided by bottom. I'll do this one down here. So top 11 divided by the bottom, 16. Annex a few zeros. 16 does not go into 11, but it does go into 110. And it goes in there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. 42, 7. Nope, it goes in 6 times. 36, 9. Subtract 1, 4. Okay, yep, it was close, darn. Bring down a 0. 16 into 140. That was 6, 7, 8, and it'll go 8 times. 48 and 12. Subtract 12, bring down the 0. 16 into 120. 7 times, maybe 42, 11. Bring down a 0. 16 goes into 80. 5 times, which is 80, which is good because I was running out of paper down here. 0.6875. 0.6875. Or 6,875 ten thousandths. is how you would say that. Number 8 is 17 over 20. Well, I notice 20 can be turned into 100 rather easily by multiplying by 5. So I'll multiply top and bottom by 5 here and get 100 on the bottom and 85 on the top. 85 hundredths is written 85 hundredths. The bottom one here, number 9. A quarterback completes 6/10 of his passes during the game. Write this as a fraction. Well, since I said that correctly, 6/10, I know how to write that, 6/10. That's not the end. There is a backside. Number 10. 1/8 plus 1/9. 1/8 plus 1/9. Well, we remember when adding and subtracting fractions, we need a common denominator. An easy common denominator we get just by multiplying the two denominators. 8 times 9 is 72. I had to, 9 times 8 is 72, so 9 times 1 is 9. 8 times 9 is 72, so 8 times 1 is 8. 9 70-seconds plus 8 70-seconds is 17 70-seconds. Remember that our common denominator is common even through to the answer. Number 11. 2/3 plus 9/10. Multiplying these two, we get 30. So 30 for our denominator. 10 times 3 is how we got 30, so 10 times 2 is 20 up here. 3 times 10 is how we got 30, so 3 times 9 is 27 up here. 20 plus 27 is 47 over 30. We'll leave that as an improper fraction. Number 12. 7/12 minus 1/4. This time, we could use 12ths as a common denominator here, so I can leave 7/12 alone and multiply top and bottom by 3 here to get 3/12. 7/12 minus 3/12 is 4/12, or 1/3 if you wanted to do that, but you don't have to. And number 13, 6/7 minus 4/5. 35 is a nice common denominator here. 5 times 7 is 35. 5 times 6 is 30. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 4 is 28. And 28 35ths minus, no, 30 35ths minus 28 35ths is 2 35ths. Number 14. 5 over 9 times 1 over 3. When multiplying fractions, we multiply the numerators to get the new numerator. We multiply the denominators to get the new denominator. The end. For number 15, 8 over 15 times 3 over 4. If you want to simplify this, it's easier to simplify before we multiply. I'll show it in pencil here. We can simplify the fractions this way, but we can also simplify on a diagonal. So 3 goes into 3 one time, and 3 goes into 15 3 times. I mean 5 times. I am so sorry. Pretend I didn't say the 3 part. 5 times. 4 goes into 4 once, and 4 goes into 8 twice. Now, 2 times 1 is 2. 5 times 1 is 5. If you multiplied it without simplifying, you would have gotten 24 on the top and 60 on the bottom, which we could divide top and bottom by 12 here and get back to 2/5. So 2/5 is the simplified answer. Dividing fractions, I'm going to go back up here, number 16. 7 over 8 divided by 11 over 16. Remember, we turn this into a multiplication problem. So we keep the first fraction, 7 over 8. We turn it into multiplication, and we invert this. We write its reciprocal, 16 over 11. Now I can simplify before I multiply here. 8 goes into 8 once. 8 goes into 16 twice. 7 times 2 is 14. 1 times 11 is 11. Number 17, 3 over 10 divided by 2 over 5. We'll turn that into 3 over 10 times 5 over 2. Simplify before I multiply and get 3 over 4. Finally, you have 8 cups of flour. A recipe calls for 2/3 cups of flour. Another recipe calls for 1/4 cups of flour. How much flour do you have left after making the recipes? Well, two ways I could do this. I could subtract 2/3 from 8 and then subtract 1/4 from what I have left. Or I could add these two numbers and subtract only one time. I think I'll do the second way, just for no other reason than I said that last. So 2/3 plus 1/4. I'll turn these into 12ths. So 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 2 is 8, 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 1 is 3. 8 twelfths plus 3 twelfths is 11 twelfths. So now if I subtract 11 twelfths from 8, remember that 8 is the same as 7 and 12 twelfths, because 12 twelfths is one whole. But now I have to subtract 11 twelfths minus 11 twelfths. 12 twelfths minus 11 twelfths is 1/12. And 7 minus nothing is 7. I have 7 and 1/12 cups flour left. And that was number 18. Awesome. Well, if you have any questions, do ask in class. Have a wonderful day.